The Soviet Union itself is no more. The United States military has begun strikes.
Считаю, что для современного мира однополярная модель не только неприемлема, но и вообще невозможна.
Народные республики Донбасса обратились к России с просьбой о помощи. Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
Russian military is taking chips from dishwashers and refrigerators to fix their military hardware. Russia's industry is in tatters.
Putin is now isolated from the world more than he has ever been.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of DD Geopolitics show. We're not allowed to say live stream. That's right. Obviously, the World War III is in its next iteration. A very difficult week for a lot of us, and as you can see in the title of our episode, "Regime Change Failed." Now they talk genocide. We are not here to sugarcoat anything. We need to show how evil and depraved these Westerners are and what they are saying and planning to do to Iran. Because if we don't tell the truth about what they're saying, there's nobody's going to stop them. So please take the information and the realism from this episode out to your real life and into your chat groups. Yeah, exactly, Chanel. They want to nuke Iran, talking about genocide freely on the American mainstream media Well, I mean, it's just Israel. It's all Israel at this point. The Zionist globalization project has fully subdued America and its government. It's finished. And we'll show all of that, the lying, the constant lying, and the environmental humanitarian catastrophe that's unfolding in Iran. Chris, I know you are not in the mood. So anything before we get into it?
I'm recovering slowly, and it couldn't come fast enough. And everybody's telling me it was God's will, because otherwise I'd be already in Iran now. So when I'm healed, you're damn right. I'm headed out that direction. So I'm angry. I'm upset. I hate the people in the diaspora so much. These are people that I also grew up with. I hate them all with a passion. I have vowed to myself, and I talked to some family members, I will never speak to some people again, ever. I don't care. I don't care if they're like family. I don't care if I grew up with them and their kids. I will never speak to them for what they did, because many of them have campaigned tirelessly for this regime change war. And of course, it was all nice and family until last year. And now, nothing. No way. No way. I can't in good conscience. I've broken off all relations with these kinds of people. I can't. You know, I agree that some people can disagree and things like that. But like you said, this is a genocidal war against our people, and our people who are supporting it, you know, people in the broader Iranian community that I grew up with, fuck them all. They don't deserve to have the name Iranian anymore. They don't deserve to be part of our nation. They deserve to be in the camp celebrating the butchering of people. And they have festivals and religious holidays for that kind of shit. So they can go there, but they don't belong with us. No way. Not for us. We're a land of dignity. We're a land of love. We're not a land of this level of destruction and hatred. That's another team.
You're battling a people without a land. So what the hell do they care about your homeland, right? So it's really just all incredible. We're going to talk pretty frankly today. Sorry if you get offended, but I actually don't give a fuck if you get offended. But here is, we'll start off with Trump's disgusting, blatant lie at the press gaggle yesterday on Air Force One. It's only 14 minutes, not the clip. The whole press gaggle is 14 minutes long. If you guys have a chance, go watch it. It's batshit crazy. And they're all batshit crazy. There's nobody there kind of pumping the brakes. Here he is talking about the tragic massacre that happened at the school in Minab.
Mr. President, did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people?
In my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Is that true, Mr. Hegseth? It was Iran who did that?
We're certainly investigating.
Still investigating.
But the only side that targets civilians is Iran.
We think it was done by Iran. Because they're very inaccurate, as you know, with their munitions. They have no accuracy whatsoever. It was done by Iran.
You could see on their faces they're lying. They know that we know they're lying. Let's take a look at, we're finally, I believe it was today, the footage of the actual strike was released. Here's the footage. Ooh. Oh, that Iranian missile looks just like a tomahawk. I've seen those up close, personal, far away in the skies of Iraq. I've seen those. Not only that, we're finding out now that they double tapped it.
They double tapped it.
What the hell? And this isn't for you, Chris. You're in Moscow. Jealous. What the hell what is the plan here, Americans? Because I'm trusting the plan, but what is the plan here? How will we hold these people accountable. That is 170 children. And they're lying to us about the armament, the ordnance, and trying to blame Iran. Where do we go from here? Well, we keep going because the lies really, they just don't stop. So that's the first blatant war crime. Producer asked me before, I want to pose to you the same question. Do you think that Iran waited until the United States regurgitated a bunch of lies and to release the video?
I think that the U.S. targeted this school because that kind of weapon is extremely accurate. We know that. Tomahawk, any sort of cruise missile that we have, any weapon system that has electronics capabilities are accurate to a very small range. So, and they can create a tight circle in terms of the target. So this was a targeted strike, especially if it was double tapped. And I don't care if they used AI. I don't care. They bear full responsibility for that. Full responsibility for this atrocity. Now, I think they know it now. I think they knew it all along. They knew that they hit this school, and now they have to do damage control because it's fracturing the Iranian opposition. You see it today. I mean, I'm seeing it on social media live that the Iranian opposition is starting to fragment with people. Some people saying with a conscience, thank God. Some people saying, oh my God, this is too much. You know, not only did they target the so-called regime's leaders, they're destroying our cultural heritage. The tiles of the Esfahan Mosque, which are a UNESCO site, the Golistan Palace, they're all being wrecked and destroyed. These are things that lasted centuries and multiple other wars. They're being destroyed. People are being killed. Ecological destruction. It's genocidal at this point. It's the destruction of people and the entire cultural heritage of the country.
There's a clip, and I wish I would have up. Sorry, I had the dog was asking for water, and I was like, I better get that. I'm a slave for my dog, I guess. But there's a really great clip of Tucker Carlson talking about the Israelis' penchant for destroying all beautiful things and things that sentimental and beautiful things. I'll find it and I'll post it on the big account so you guys can see that. But it does talk about this sort of Israeli and now I guess American penchant for the destruction of all things beautiful and happy and nice. And yeah, happy International Women's Day, especially to the women in Iran and Gaza and Lebanon now that they're under strifing. Because it doesn't stop, right? The Israeli party don't stop.
It doesn't. And for me, I think it's very hard, to get personal. It's very hard. I was video chatting with one of my daughters today, and it's very hard to see her laughing and, talking about going to school tomorrow and then thinking about she's Iranian and thinking about the Iranian little girls who were killed here. And it's very hard. I got emotional. How could you not, And I just feel a tremendous amount of rage, a tremendous amount of anger. And I'm really rageful at people who are just dismissing of it. We've seen those comments online. It's the worst. It's the worst. We'll see, I'm sure, things here. But yeah. I read also, and I'll talk about this on my stream later, but there were people on national TV that basically were like, well, it's better than being oppressed.
To be dead?
Yes.
To be a dead child?
Yeah.
The child is the least oppressed person in the entire universe.
Oppressive Islamic Republic,
Yeah.
All oppressed.
Very much oppressing children. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the level of demonic depravity and absolute, it's just how words can describe this kind of evil,
Oh, and because we're all about gender equality in the West, we make sure we bomb the boys' school as well. Thankfully, not as many people died, but don't forget the Epstein Coalition also bombed a boys' school.
Yeah.
So continue to talk about these things. Well, we're going to dwell on this just for a little bit again to give the girls. We did this on the last episode to give the girls the respect they deserve. Here is an edit from Minab, where the site of the school bombing.
مشاهده کنین دانش آموز محمد آبادی که کتابش با خونش آغشته شده.
صبح اومد باده من روزه هم بود بچه‌م.
میخوام به آمریکای جنایتکار و سگ کثیفش اسرائیل کودککش کثیف اعلام کنم اگر زینب من زیر این آوار شهیدم شده باشه و اگر کشته شده باشه و اصلا شهید شده هست، بداند که هزاران هزار زینب و زینبی ما داریم پرورش میدیم.
I'm not filing taxes this year. You can if you want.
I'm not. Fuck them. They don't, come and get me.
Mm-hmm. Where is the military? Seriously, the Navy especially, what the fuck are you doing? I'm going to play one more clip. This is a longer one, but it's important. Chris, you might want to mute it. I don't want to put you through more undue.
No, I've seen it already. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But you guys need to see it as well. So I'm going to play it. And here we go.
پسرم هستن علی سالاری، دخترم هستن محیا سالاری و همسرم زهرا میردادی.
اون کیف داستانش چیه؟
این کیف مدادرنگی علی آقاست. از روی مدادرنگیاش نوشته روشون علی سالاری. بعضیاشونو فقط تونستم پیدا کنم. این کیف علیه. کیف نیمه سوخته هم که هست. از علی فقط یک دست و یک مقداری گوشت پیدا شد. این کیف تو همون دستش بوده. طفل بیگناه، طفل معصومن، اصلا نمیدونن جنگ چیه، نمیدونن جنگ اصلا چه جوری هست، چی هست. فقط میرن اونجا مدادرنگی دارن، جامدادی دارن، مشق مینویسن، نقاشی میکشن. فکر نکنید که اگر بچه های ما را کشتید، این خونهای پاک رو ریختید، ما ناامید شدیم، ما ترسیده باشیم. نه، ما تا شما رو نابود نکنیم و از صحنه روزگار محو نکنیم، دست از آرمانمون، دست از هدفمون بر نخواهیم داشت.
یه خاطری از دختر خانم
همیشه دوست داشت که من براش قصه بگم. محیا شبا که میخواست بخوابه، حالا بعضی وقتا من از سر کار میومدم، خسته بودم، دیر وقت بود، از سر کار میومدم خونه، محیا میگفت بابا امشب برای من قصه نگفتی، چرا قصه نمیگی؟ بیا برام قصه بگو تا من بخوابم. اگه قصه نگی من نمیخوابم. گفتم بابا از سر کار اومدم، من خستمه، میشه فردا شب برات قصه بگم؟ میگفت نه من فقط دوست دارم تو برام. گفتم خب بذار مامان برات قصه بگه نه فقط دوست دارم تو بابا قصه بگی برام. میگفتم باشه بابا، چی کار کنم؟ خستم باشه، ولی برای دخترم، برای عزیز دلم قصه میگم. یه کتاب داستانی داشت، میگفت حالا این قصه ها رو برام بگو. این قصه ها رو براش من میخونم. یه روزی از مدرسه اومده بود، گفت بابا امروز معلممون برام داستان رقیه رو گفته، دختر امام حسین. بابا میشه تو هم بهم بگی قصه رو؟ معلممون کامل نگفت، گفته بقیه‌شو فردا میگن. تو همین الان به من بگو، من دوست دارم همین الان قصه‌شو بشنوم بابا. من دیگه حالا به همون زبان بچگی براش تعریف میکردم. گفتم که بابا قصه حضرت رقیه اینجوری بوده. الان من از دخترم میخوام بابا تو اونجا پیش خانم حضرت رقیه‌ای قصه‌شو ازش بپرس یا برای ما هم تعریف کن. الان وقتشه بابا تو برای بابات قصه بگی. بیا اینجا برای بابات قصه تعریف کنی.
I think that the only consolation here is that they have such a strong belief in the afterlife and a strong sense of hope. Other than that, I don't know really how else to find a silver lining in this.
We are people of resistance. We are a nation of Imam Hussein, and it's like we grew up with the stories, of Karbala. So it's part of our identity that martyrdom is a part of our life, and we accept it, though we hate it. It's we're supposed to love it, but these girls, the civilians, innocent people, it's very hard, very, very hard to see. Very, very hard to see, and hard to see, even more hard to see the justification and the sort of cold and calculated, military doctrine that's leading the Epstein class into this war.
Yeah, and let's show another maniac from the Trump regime using this excuse.
More than 170 people, including many children, were killed in a strike on a school in southern Iran last weekend. On Saturday, President Trump said he thinks Iran was behind the bombing, but NBC News and others are reporting that the military's preliminary finding is that it's increasingly likely that a U.S. munition was responsible. Was Iran or the United States responsible, and will the U.S. provide evidence to the American people?
Well, look, a couple of things here. One, well, let's let the investigation play out. Number two, again, as a veteran and special operator, we never deliberately attack civilians. If civilians were injured, it's always by accident. Contrast that. This is really rich coming from the Iranians, who they and their proxies hide caches of weapons and military apparatus in hospitals and schools. We know they do that all over the world. And this is coming from a regime that literally has massacred its own people at an industrial scale.
That's really rich. Yeah. That's rich coming, and as a former infantry officer, that's really rich coming from these special operators. And I met a bunch of fucking psychos in special operations, especially Green Berets, where they would go into Iraq and they would cut off noses and ears of people and collect all sorts of trinkets, where there were so many cases of rapes and brutalizing of civilian population in Iraq, where they gunned down civilians, where they just opened fire on just groups of people in the streets, where you have that famous video that got Julian Assange arrested and eventually, in all of the situation that he was in, which was the famous one of the Apaches, the gunships that went and killed innocent civilians and reporters, thinking that a camera was an RPG. And you could clearly see that it wasn't. This is blatant lying. And I could give you so many examples from Korea, from Vietnam, from Persian Gulf One, where they targeted a bunker where civilians were gathering, and they burned hundreds alive. And the fire was so powerful, it melted the fat of the human beings and caught it on fire. That's the United States military. I don't want to hear anything about human rights and things like that when we have so many documented cases of this. And you know how many people have been arrested for it? Where? Couple guys that they grabbed from Iraq, but the majority, nothing. They concealed it all. They concealed, not to mention, as somebody points out, Madeleine Albright, when she said was the cost of 500,000 children dying because of sanctions worth it? And she said it was worth it. That's the people we're dealing with. What kind of moral army? They want to turn Iran into Gaza. This is the military doctrine of the US and of the Zionist entity. This is their doctrine.
So we've gone from, they can't even get their story straight among them. Trump says an Iranian missile hit the school, but Waltz says, well, it's okay to hit the school because Iran hides their weapons there.
Again, the same old bullshit line. They're hiding.
But we know Iran doesn't have to hide their weapons. You guys are the ones who told us they have an extensive underground base and arsenal network. What are you talking about? You told us that.
Iran is a nation state. It doesn't need to hide weapons anywhere. It has military bases all over the country. It has people that are in the military to the tune of 1 million plus, and in the Basij. It doesn't have to hide weapons anywhere. People can have them. So I don't understand what this BS is. They need to hide the weapons in the school. Why? Nobody's invaded yet. Why hide them in the school?
Well, Like we say every week, the United States is ran by maniacal homosexuals and Jewish and Christian Zionists. So let's check in with our maniacal homosexual resident, Lindsey Graham.
And we're going to win.
All
Israel
right,
and the United States, you just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks, meaning what?
We're going to blow the hell out of these people. This regime is in a death row now. It is going to be on its knees. It's going to fall. And when it falls, we're going to have peace like no other time. We're going to have prosperity unlike anyone could ever imagine. Peace brings prosperity. You can't do it by talking. The Democrats criticize this operation. They didn't do a damn thing. These men and women in the military should make us all proud.
Only 10 seconds into the video, Lindsey's already talking about blowing people. I think he meant blow them up, but, you know, Freudian slip. He's also drunk. Yes, he's been drunk like every day or medicated or something, which is strange to me because why does he have to get continuously drunk if he's evil? I don't know. Maybe we'll have that discussion later. The psychology of Lindsey Graham. That's a definite a couple hours long space topic. Let's check in with the other maniac talking about what we know not to be true.
They are among the most evil people ever on earth. They cut babies' heads off. They chop women in half. What they did, take a look at October 7th. Take a look at what they've done over the last 47 years. So I know nothing about a desalinization plant other than to say, if they're complaining about a desalinization plant, we complain about the fact that they shouldn't be chopping babies' heads off, okay?
40 beheaded babies that literally will not die. Thank you, CNN, for the start of that story. Number one. Number two, now Iran must pay for October 7th. I thought that we were fighting Iran for nuclear weapons. Oh, wait, it was women's rights. Wait, it was for regime change. Now it's because there were 40 beheaded babies on October 7th. Now Iran must be bombed. Their desalination plant must be bombed.
It's insane.
Really?
There's no evidence that Iranians have done any of those things that he said. But of course, they have to create a justification because it was totally unjustified. This war was preemptive in violation of international law. It was during diplomacy. It was during active negotiations. And even Arakchi was saying on TV, we were ready. We were preparing a technical team. The technical team was supposed to meet in Vienna. And then this ended up happening. I mean, this is some bullshit.
They're psychotic.
Yes, for sure.
But again, they're saying the quiet part out loud.
All of this money is to make sure they never go nuclear, they can't hit us with ballistic missiles, and they stop terrorizing the region. When this regime goes down, we're going to have a new Mideast. We're going to make a ton of money. Nobody will threaten the Straits of Hormuz again.
We're going to make a ton of money.
Ton of money.
How are we going to do that? We're going to cause mass death, destruction, catastrophe, apocalyptic scenes across Iran until it falls, and then we'll steal everything, just like we did Iraq.
Yep, of course.
Let's talk about the catastrophe that strike on the oil refinery has caused. So we showed you guys this on the large account. The oil, so obviously, guys, seeped into the sewer system. There's trenches along some of the streets in Tehran with fresh water. They irrigate trees, et cetera, et cetera. The oil is now on top of those, burning and creating quite a hellish picture. And here is what occurred today. Black rain.
Yes. Oil-soaked rain.
Here's a CNN report on it.
This is what Tehran is waking up to this morning. The sky above the city is covered in very thick black clouds. You can see that everywhere. That's the west of the city over there, and this is the north of the city. Normally, if you look to that direction, you could actually see the Alborz Mountains, but now all of that is also covered in clouds. That comes after major airstrikes in the south and the west of the city happened last night, where oil installations were hit, oil storage facilities. Apparently also a refinery might have been hit as well. And now you can see this morning that the sky is still very dark. We saw thick black plumes of smoke in the sky yesterday. There were massive fires in the south of the city. But I want to show you something else because it's also raining. But you can see that the rain water is actually black, also saturated, it appears, with oil. And then if we look over there, you can see that the water that's running down here also is black. So that's what's coming down this morning, this sort of oil-filled rain that we have right now on the Iranian capital after those strikes took place.
It's chemical warfare.
Mm-hmm. It's genocide.
It's deliberate warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Deliberate warfare. And I guarantee you, the Zionists were behind it. Absolutely.
100%.
They made the idea. They made the plan. They like this kind of stuff.
And as we posted on the large account, that storm, that system is moving into Central Asia. So they will all get the gift from the Israelis as well. Okay. And then it will push its way over, maybe even make it as far as West Asia. Don't forget Xinjiang, a Uyghur genocide, right? So they'll be getting a gift from the Israelis as well. I've been saying all week that the Jews will tell you, it's literally like that Judge Judy saying, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. The Jews will literally use the Christian Bible or, the Bible as a blueprint and then tell you it's a prophecy coming true. So they saw these black skies and they were like rabid with happiness. It's crazy.
It is sick. It's so sick.
Here's a glimpse of the traffic through Hormuz today. Literally none. So Americans, I can't stress this enough, to go fill your tanks. I think that in a week or two, things are going to get catastrophic. Oil will probably go well over $100 in the next 2 weeks. I would think. Anyway. Something happening. Oh, another soldier has died. Here's so here's some of that black rain. More footage of that.
Yeah. Just so you know, there was something released just within the last few hours that there's speculation that Trump's going to declare victory and end the war this week.
Yeah. How long are we going to do this, Americans? Or how long are we just going to? You understand that, it's going to sound anti-Semitic, but the manipulation of reality and history is very Jewish. And if they tell you that that's what it is, then that's what it is. It's also something the tech bros, the transhumanists, really, this manipulation of reality. We could create our own reality just by making people believe it. But guys, what are we going to do? How long are we going to participate in this charade with Trump, with the Trump regime?
Yeah. Because you see it every day, up, down, right, left, this way, that way, one step forward, three steps.
We just played like 4 clips, or they're just contradict. They're all over the place.
I don't think that, to be honest, I don't think that besides Netanyahu and his inner circle, I don't think anybody else knows what's going on.
Well, stay tuned.
Miami, you see this hat? Free Cuba. Stay tuned. Yeah. The liberation of Cuba is upon us. It's just a matter of time now.
Yeah.
Viva la revolución! Cuba, are you excited for your black rain and your desalination plants to be bombed and your plantanos to be radiated?
Yeah.
What were you going to say? Sorry, I interrupted you with Lindsey Graham. You're saying, by the way.
No. I'm just saying that, I have a feeling that this will escalate before it de-escalates, because I think I think that the Zionists want to take advantage of the Lebanese situation and enter again. They really want to go in.
Yeah, they did try. Now I didn't know though. So I covered the ambush in southern Lebanon. Oh, actually, it was in eastern Lebanon, somewhere that they don't usually go. We were like, "What the hell are they doing?" They were wearing Lebanese army uniforms, which is a war crime, and they were going there to try to find a body that this is what they're telling. This is their official story. They were going there to find a body of an Israeli pilot that has been gone since '86.
Yeah,
that's the story they're going to give us.
There it is.
Is there something special about this body?
I will say that for the especially for like the real religious crowd, they believe that only like salvation will come, or like it depends on who you ask, but basically their sort of resurrection event, give or take, you need to be buried in Jerusalem. That's why everybody is buried in Jerusalem, and that's why they keep sending all their bodies there to be buried in Jerusalem. So even people who die in the diaspora have their bodies sent to Jerusalem, because that's the key. That's also the key for annexation, of course. More land, more graveyards, and things like that. But that's what they did in Syria. Do you remember? Do you remember the Syrian Jewish operative of Mossad who was killed?
Yeah,
that
they
was
wanted him too.
They wanted his body back. That was the big deal. I'm telling you, this is nutso. This is nuts.
It really is. And you know, we talked about the third temple and the Armageddon stuff last episode, and it starts to lend a little bit more to that. Why are they rushing? Is right now really the time for you to go get the body of Rod? I forget
Eli Cohen or Eli Cohen, yeah.
And then the one in Lebanon was Ron or Rod something. I can't remember what the pilot. But yeah, is right now. Why is it such a pressing issue to get these people back to Jerusalem?
Maybe because the end times are near.
Exactly. Well, according to them, anyway. We don't know. Let's talk about how much Trump hates Americans. So we found mourning the deaths of these kids are so young. This Marine Lance Corporal Kevin Melendez just graduated high school 2 years ago. He died in Saudi in a non-hostile incident. Okay. And here is this one. I shouldn't have joked, but I was like, NYPD's upset because you know how much money they wasted sending this guy to Israel to get trained. But nevertheless. And then speaking of hats, Lindsey Graham wearing a lot of hats. Look at this idiot.
What can you even say anymore with these people?
Go die for Israel overseas. Your president will wear a freaking baseball cap. But don't worry, at least he couldn't even wear black for mourning. At least
he black, he wore blue. You know? Blue for Israel. Who knows?
Oh dear. Oh dear. And you know, I feel bad for these kids, but then you have soldiers releasing videos like this.
I'm going to be honest, I can't go to Iran. I can't deploy to Iran. And it's not because I don't want to. I want to serve my country. It's just that I will be an OPSEC liability in any country filled with pretty caramel-colored women. She's going to be like, "What's an op board?" And I'm going to be like, "It's hard to explain. It'd be easier if I just grab one and show you."
Don't send me to Iran because I can't not grape people.
Epstein brain. What can I say? The whole society. That this is the whole. And by the way, who owns all those sites? Who owns OnlyFans and all these things?
Right. And that, of course, is a TikTok video because, you know, the Ellisons are loving it. Guys, could you not advocate sexually assaulting women or saying that you can't help keep your hands off of women? Okay. What?
I just told you it happened all the time in Afghanistan and in Iraq.
They were pimping out minors in Iraq until they would kill themselves. That's literally what they were doing.
They did it in Yugoslavia. They did it in Eastern Europe, in Yugoslavia as well. Even the UN was involved and implicated.
Mhm.
They did it in Iraq. They did it in Afghanistan. Anywhere there are American soldiers, there are drugs. There's pimping out and sexual abuse and trafficking. And there's other illicit deals and trades, including arms. No. Because it's one big cartel. Forget about these small cartels in Mexico. They're just daughters and sons of the big cartel in Washington and Langley. That's it.
Right. But though, to counter you said Trump may declare victory and, walk away from this. Here is his spokeswoman, who is now literally just a set of lips. But here you go.
Mothers out there are worried that we're going to have a draft, that they're going to see their sons get in and daughters get involved in this. What do you want to say about the president's plans for troops on the ground? As we know, it's been largely an air campaign up until now.
It has been, and it will continue to be, and President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table. I know a lot of politicians like to do that quickly, but the president, as commander-in-chief, wants to continue to assess the success of this military operation. It's not part of the current plan right now, but the president, again, wisely keeps his options on the table.
We're not ruling out a draft.
Yeah, listen, have a draft, because a draft is what led to the downfall in Vietnam. Have a draft. Send everybody over there and let them see the reality, and it'll undo the whole from within.
I didn't upload the video, but it is on the big account. Iranians in droves are flying into Turkey or just from Turkey. There's at least 3 buses.
If let's that clip,
do we have it?
I'm sure we can have it because it's on the account.
Oh, I can bring it up.
Let's bring it up because that's a very, very good clip. I want everybody to see it.
Yeah. I'll go grab it. I translated it this morning. I had heard the tip from a Turkish friend yesterday, and I was like, what? And then I found the news report on it, and I was like, oh, wow, this is fantastic. So I went and subtitled it. Let me get this.
I saw a question. Actually, no, we can answer it after. Here we are. We have it here.
No, that's my personal. Sorry. I always mess this thing up. The screen share. Window. Here we go.
There we are. Yeah. And then start from the beginning because you can't hear anything. There's no audio coming. No audio. No audio. It doesn't have any audio. We can't hear it.
Well, what? I mean, does it really matter? Nobody can understand it anyway. It's in Turkish. But I guess when I make it big, it doesn't.
See if the volume is off on it. Sometimes the volume might be off on it. No? Huh.
Anyway, Iranians are going home in droves. From
They are.
Turkey. Multiple buses per day are going. There you go.
İran'a.
Orada savaş var, aileniz, yakınlarınız mı var?
Anam var, her bir şeyden pahalı.
Savaş alevlendi, aklı vatanında, ailesinde olanlar yola koyuldu.
Memleketimiz, canımız, oraya gideriz, orada yardımcı olarak. Ana var, baba var. Yaşadığımız orada, toprağımız orada.
Orta Doğu'da artan gerilim sonrası İran hava sahası sivil uçuşlara kapatıldı. Türkiye'ye gelen İranlılar için tek seçenek karayolu oldu. İstanbul'dan her gün İran'a otobüs kalkıyor.
Evet, Aksaray'dayız. İşte bu noktadan hava sahaları kapalı olduğu için karayoluyla İran'a giden yolcular var. Aksaray'dan bu noktadan otobüse biniyorlar. Şimdi içeriye doğru girelim ve onlara mikrofon uzatalım. Tabii ki onlar da ailelerini merak ediyorlar. İran'da yaşayan aileleri var. Hemen otobüs şoförüne mikrofon uzatalım. Şimdi her gün kalkıyor mu buradan otobüs?
Evet abi, kalkıyoruz.
Her gün saat kaçta?
10'da, 9'da, 11'de.
Ve bu otobüs nereye gidiyor?
Tehran'a.
Tahran'a gidiyor. Hemen yolculara da mikrofonu uzatalım. Normalde Türkiye'deydiniz değil mi? Türkiye'de mi yaşıyorsunuz normalde?
Yok, Almanya'da yaşıyorum. Şimdi anamın yanına gelirim. 32 sene Almanya'da yaşıyorum ama şimdi bu zamanda bana lazım oraya geri. Oraya gitmem gerek. Memleketimiz, canımız. Oraya gideriz, orada yardımcı olarak. Ana var, baba var. Yaşadığımız orada, toprağımız orada.
You know what I'm not seeing? Droves of Jews going back to Israel.
Our homeland is our soul. Very, very, very important. Very important. Very deep concept for us as Iranians. Very, very deep concept.
Yeah, and they're taking buses. You guys know there's still flights into Tel Aviv. You're welcome to go back and defend your country as well instead of bothering us in our day-to-day lives and ruining our country. You could just do that. Or instead of sending back more and more soldiers in caskets and body bags, you know, you should take your zealotry and your zeal and go back to Israel. Or we could just wait for the draft to come. By the way, speaking of things to come, a third carrier strike group is on its way out there. So now we have the Abraham Lincoln in the Persian Gulf. It is the Persian Gulf. I don't want to hear no Arab Gulf nonsense in this house.
No, it's the Persian.
The Ford, the shitty Ford, has finished its Suez transit, so it is in the Red Sea next to Ansarallah, and then you will have the Bush is going to deploy and situate itself in the Eastern Mediterranean. Here's what Larjani had to say about that.
Are you afraid of a U.S. invasion in your country?
No, we are waiting for them.
You are waiting for the U.S. military to invade, the ground troops?
Yes, because we are confident that we can confront them, and that would be a big disaster for them.
So you're saying that Iran is ready and willing to take on the U.S. military if there were to be ground troops?
Well, we were ready for this war even more than the previous war.
He also said when he was asked about the Ford coming, he said, we're waiting for them too. Or the Bush coming, we're waiting for them too. I want to get Chris out of here since he is on interview after stream.
I'll be live streaming, by the way, after this in a few hours. So
that's the UAE. And before we came on, I think that Iran did hit a Bahraini desalination plant. I posted on the large account all of the Gulf dependency on desalination, so you guys get a clear picture of that. Iran is not dependent on desalination for now, but
somebody else is.
UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi, they're all very dependent on desalination. So let the games begin. Let the games begin. Also, Hezbollah has seen a tremendous amount of success, so keep watching for that. The producer says that Iran didn't even strike the Bahraini desalination plant. That was the United States.
There you go.
Don't forget about that. No, the Bahraini king has not fled the country. Guys, stop using Junior for your news. He's kind of a troll. He's like half troll, half hopeful. It's very weird. The whole bit is very bizarre. But no, he did not flee the country yet. We need to keep the pressure on. There will probably be a regime change in Bahrain, I would think, after all of this.
I think so.
But other than that, I think we need to keep the pressure on. Bulgaria was out protesting. We need to start doing that. Americans, we need to have a plan, because this is spinning out of control very quickly, and they're bombing Ecuador this weekend. So things are really spinning out of control. I don't really have a lot more to say, but I do want to leave with our outro with Nasrallah. But do you have any parting thoughts for our people, Chris?
Just listen, for those of you who are Iranian, have family there, continue to be strong, continue to be together, continue to speak out for Iran and in defense of our people. To those of you who don't have any ties there, continue to speak out against this aggression and against this illegal war, this genocidal war against the Iranian people and against the region. And hopefully we can see a more just Southwest Asia, a more just Middle East come to fruition. But sadly, I don't think it's possible until the Zionist entity pays heavily for for its crimes, and that might mean that it no longer exists. So that doesn't mean that they can live there, the people who live there, but it's just that this supremacist state can't exist anymore. It's a destructive force. It's an evil force. I'm sorry to say, it's the truth.
All right, super chats. Thank you again for the large super chat, Mickey. I've given up a couple of lifelong friends, and I'm not young. Good riddance, always. Iran is the ultimate litmus test.
It is.
Russia. It's usually Syria, China, Russia, Iran. Now no more Syria. So China, Russia, and then Iran. Iran is always the ultimate litmus test that so many people, even people that we thought wouldn't, have failed. Thank you for joining. You don't have to join when you're literally, we make you work here.
Thank you. It's ready.
I've been looking for a downloadable version of that interview with the Iranian father remembering his young children. It's on the large account. And Telegram.
Check our large account, check our Telegram. It's there.
Get it out there. Yes, please. Especially to parents in the United States who don't know what happened, or there has to be some kind of solidarity. We've said it more than once. You have more in common with a worker in Iran than you do with Elon Musk here. So who should we be showing solidarity with?
Correct. Absolutely.
What else do we expect from people who literally eat the young? I posted a video. They're talking about it openly on Iranian media. They're talking about them being pedophiles and eating children. So go look. They're talking about it. The Iranians know what they're up against. That's the thing, is that same thing with the Russians. When the Russians said, we're battling Satanism, we're battling Nazism, we're battling the forces of evil. Why don't we don't take our government seriously when they say that, because they say it all the time. But for Iranians and for Russians, this is an existential war. Because they're battling people who literally eat kids and abuse people and genocide people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's horrible. But they're open about it now. And you know what? The dam has broken. And many people have said that, one repercussion of October 7th and Yahya Sinwar was the fact that we got Epstein. We know about the Epstein deep state much more intricately, much more deeply because of it. Because if it wasn't for that and it wasn't the public outcry, they might have tried to make it disappear. But they have not been able to contain the tide now. And it keeps going. It keeps growing.
Thank you very much. I have to brush up on my French. Thank you, Order Out of Peace. Thank you again, Mickey. Hey, Chris, from what you've seen, is the Russian military honorable?
Very much so. This doesn't mean that they don't have problems and there aren't issues, but very much so. They are much more honorable. They're much, because the society here is much more like Iranian society and sort of this hospitality society. And I've seen how they've treated Ukrainian POWs, and it is light years apart. It's worlds apart from how Ukrainians treat Russian POWs.
Almost like Gaza prisoners and Israeli prisoners.
Sounds familiar.
Crazy. Go read From Gaza to Donbass. I wrote that article for a reason. Israel and Ukraine are one and the same, and now the United States as well. Trump wears a MAGA hat in place of a traditional kippah. Think about it.
Yep.
Did the Bahraini king flee, or is that fake news? Thank you for spelling flee correctly, Chai. I'm proud of you. Why is the GCC crying? Because they always cry. Born to kvetch. The GCC is always crying. But I don't think that the Bahraini king or the Khalifa family has fled yet. I don't think so.
Fled. But the GCC is upset. They're losing a lot of money. A lot of money.
A lot. The UAE is losing billions per day, guys, to make and understand that the bases and the ports that feed those bases are being bombed. So if they're used for commercial or private stuff, they're gone too.
Listen, the illusion of a safe Dubai, safe Abu Dhabi in the heart of the Persian Gulf is shattered forever. That's why they've had to bring in all the influencers, the Tate brothers, everybody to try to rehabilitate the image. But that image is not going to be rehabilitated. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Oh, never. Anyway, guys, go tune into Chris's new show where I think he just rants at you for like a couple hours or something. Is that what you do, Chris? Or
I teach. I kind of have it like a
are you our new Professor Zhang?
Yes, I'm your
love
professor.
This. We got to get you a whiteboard then. We got to get you one of those boards.
I would love one. So
smart board?
I would love one. That would be great.
Yeah, let's do that. That would be amazing, and get you on some like lectures and stuff.
Absolutely. That's my passion.
That would be so dope. Is that what somebody said? I liked your stream. It made me feel like I was a student again.
Yeah, a lot of
This
people.
is
I'm very
good.
happy.
I like this. Yeah, let's go on with it. Okay, well, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and go support Chris as well. Try to go over to his YouTube channel and subscribe there if you can. Don't just watch it and be lazy and just watch it on our channel. Other than that, I think we're trying to do another space on the next chapter in From Yahweh to Zion. I think it's really important to get through this book because the last chapters are about the hijacking of America and the neocons. We need that right now. So we'll try to get you that chapter done today. Other than that, gas your cars today and tomorrow and get groceries and take care of each other.
Lots of love, everybody. Lots of love.
Oh, outro is Nasrallah. Here we go.
عندما تبدأ نعوش الجنود الأمريكيين والضباط الأمريكيين بالانتقال النعوش عندما جاءوا عموديا ويعودون أفقيا سيدرك ترامب وإدارة ترامب أنهم فعلا خسروا المنطقة وسيخسرون الانتخابات وإذا تحقق هذا الهدف وسيتحقق هذا الهدف إن شاء الله سوف يصبح تحرير القدس على مرمى حجر عندما تخرج أمريكا من المنطقة سيجمع هؤلاء الصهاينة ثيابهم في حقائبهم ويرحلون قد لا نحتاج إلى معركة مع إسرائيل